Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's your girl, Miss Trina with Chat with Trina. It's been a minute. Thank y'all for making a choice to click in as always. I don't take your support for granted at all. I love if there's one or there's 1,000 on watching. I just appreciate whoever does. I haven't been on in a while. I haven't been on it so long that I've lost a little bit of my confidence about getting on and talking to y'all. But thank you to my co-host, Mr. D Louisiana Country Boy, for pushing me a little bit and giving me a little motivation to come on and do this today because I still almost chickened out. Um, but I used to come on and give a little bit of just chit chatter and talking, and I haven't done it in a long time. I mean, I've come on and done some lives at events and things like that. But as far as me just coming on talking to you about what I'm thinking and what's on my mind, I have not. Um, I forgot something else I need to write. Hold on. So you know that you can always put anything in the chat. If you want to say something, you want to respond, you can put it in the chat until I learn how to turn on our telephone to where y'all can come on and talk. Um Tonight's show, of course, it's starring me, but it's called Trina's Truths. I thought about doing I'm going to still. I'm doing a podcast. I've been saying this for about a year, an actual podcast that's on Spotify and those kinds of things. I've been talking about it for at least a year or so. But where it'll just be audio and you won't see me. It'll be easy for me to say the stuff I want to say without having to look and think people look at me and seeing what people saying. But anyway, long story, it was gonna be called Trina's Truths with the ellipsis and then you got what was it? Trina's Truths. You got to be strong to listen, or something like that. But pretty much don't be in your feelings if you're gonna listen. It's not for that's the thing I said. It's not for the weak. Trina's Truth is not for the weak. That's what I was gonna do. But I decided that when I was looking at some when I was walking. I'm about to get back to that as well, but I was thinking about when I was looking for something to listen to as far as podcasts were concerned. I was looking for something with black women speaking their truths, or black women over 50, mainly the over 50 thing. I couldn't find anything. There's really nothing in there tailored for. Cause I even saw emptiness, and it was people that was in their 30s. I'm like, well, what they know about emptiness already? So I wasn't gonna relate to them. So anyway, point being, I looked around, did a little research to find stuff for things that people want to talk about over 50, because some things, when we're younger, we can accept, or we accept and we've changed what we don't accept, like creating boundaries and things like that. They didn't have anything like that that related to people who were 50 and up. It might be something that hidden. So I decided to call up when I find it, I'm gonna tell y'all what it's gonna be called. I don't mind sharing that. Because if you steal the name of it, I don't know where you got it from. Everybody else will too. Cause yeah. Let's see. But anyway, I'm excited to be on tonight, just talking straight to you at 8:05. What did I do? Anyway, at 8:05, my co-host will be on tonight, talking about talking about talking with two breast cancer survivors, and it's going to be, and they've come together to collaborate on an event, a project, or something. So I have to be off by then, so I won't be holding you long. What's the preacher say? I won't be before you long. But tonight I kind of want to just talk about some things that something that's been on my mind a lot. They haven't just been on my mind. It's been is my clock wrong? Okay, no. Something that's kind of been on my mind a little bit, and it's actually been some part of the topics that me and my co-host on the Real Conversation have talked about a little bit. Um, and it's about how we treat people. How we treat people, how we react to certain situations. It's funny because I knew I was going to kind of talk about this topic. But before I came on, I saw a friend, an acquaintance of mine in our dance community that posted I I reciprocate. I use that word. I return energy. You know that little saying that we say, "Oh, I return energy." How we gonna act today? I had a whole shirt that said that, and I threw it away recently because I realized. So I went on I did a cruise. So y'all know a lot of people know I do live music cruises. So I take bands on cruises, and it's really a good time. We have a great time. But recently, there's a band that I took who I have just everybody. If I ask y'all, ask them to put in the comments how many people found out about this band through me, they would, or if I told them to guess who I'm talking about, they would know. They put it off because I've definitely treated these people like they were my family, which is sometimes where the problem comes. But anyway, I was saying that to say, um, lost my train of thought there. Um, they did something that wasn't kind, right? Not kind, not cool, whatever. And I was sitting for that week. Some things that they said to me just really played with my head, played with my mind, and I sat and reflected and thought about it, and I've talked about it. Just kind of did some thinking, self thinking to my with myself, um, and I came up with, wow, what they said to me. I'm gonna tell you what they said to me. They said to me because they had to pay me back for something. It's funny. People treat you really good. They love you. You're the best thing since sliced bread. But when you have to make a decision, or you have to do something that they may not like, or you have to say no, you become the bad guy. And I'll tell you that in business, and you guys should know that, but business, any kind of business, some decisions of a leader is not the most popular decision. It's something I don't like. I don't like people mad at me, but I've had to learn that, you know what, these people mad, or so and so's mad because of not what you did, but you did something that they didn't like, or they didn't appreciate, or whatever. And so what they said to me, because I had to charge them for something, um, they sent me a note telling me, they didn't want to work with me anymore. But that wasn't a big deal to me because that's fine, because they got on my nerves too. So and I probably, my daughter reminded me when I was all upset. She was like, "Mama, they got on your nerves. They had you so stressed out. Good riddance. Let them go." I'm like, she's right. But anyway, but nobody wants to be told, "I don't want to work with you anymore," like you did something, which I didn't. But when they tell other people, you do think about what they're going to tell other people. Anyway, to the point of my story, they said these words. They wrote these words down to me. Um, they don't want to work with me or whatever. But because we don't want to work with you because we would prefer to work with organizations who strive for excellence like us. And that one, it hurts, one, it hurts. And one, for a minute, let me get to the, yeah. It hurt for us. It stung, but I just listened. I mean, I read it, went on, and it bothered me. I won't lie, I dropped a tear or two. But after a couple of days, I did let it play with my head, like, wow, do I not strong for excellence? Then I had to come back and say, wait a minute. Why are you just letting one little old man tell you something, make you feel this bad, make you feel like you're nothing, all the things that you've done before they were known? All these things that you've done, all the successes that you've had that they probably don't know about, you're letting them make you think that you're nothing. My point of that is, your words, be careful with your words. Words are strong. I have a cousin that says she hates me, and many people in my family don't understand my problem with it. Hate is a strong word. People can say they don't like you. People can say they don't appreciate you. I don't want to be around you. But hate, people don't mistakenly use the word hate. Hate is a strong word. So you gotta be careful with your words. Um, you don't want those same, because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, let me get back to the shirt and the kind of words. So the shirt said return energy. So when I thought about what they said to me and how they made me feel, and how I have rode for this this man for like a long time. They didn't ask me to do anything for them. They've never asked me for anything. They've never said, "Hey, we need you." I just did it on my own because I thought so much of them, and I thought they were so talented that I wanted everybody to know about them, right? Um, so I have to take that on me that I did this. I do a lot of stuff for free. Coming to a slow halt, but um, so as I'm thinking about what they said, how they made me feel, as I'm trying to come back into my own, I was like, you know what? I'm always saying I want to return energy, but I said, I don't ever want to do that though. I don't ever want to make someone feel like that. I don't want to ever make somebody feel what they do means nothing or that they're not striving for excellence or they're not. I don't ever want to make someone question what they do, what their dream is, what their vision is. I would never, I'd rather walk away and don't say anything. Hey, we're going to move on. Or I would never use words that could hurt somebody. So, in saying that, I was sitting there thinking about that same topic of returning energy. And I said, wow. And I think we talked about it on that show that night, me and my co host on our other show that comes on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Um, I was like, I don't want to return everybody's energy anymore. I won't, I'm gonna try my best. I can't promise. I'm gonna try my best not to say, well, I return energy. Well, how we gonna act? I threw the shirt away. Well, I didn't throw it away. I sent it to Goodwill. I went and literally picked it out of my closet, looked at it, and said, I don't want this shirt anymore. Because I don't want to return energy to people. I don't want to return people's energy that they've given to me when it's bad, negative, ugly, mean, unkind, stupid, childish, immature, unprofessional, lots of other adjectives that I could add. I don't want to return that energy. So I'm trying to remove that phrase out. Because to be honest with you, if you give me this horrible energy, I'm still gonna be alive. It ain't gonna kill me. So, but also I'm not gonna return energy to you because I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody. So what I probably would just listen and then be okay. Now I may not talk to them no more. I might move around and say, you stay on that side of the room, I'm stay over here, you eat at your table, I'm eat at mine. May do that. But I will never say the words, use the words to hurt. Matter of fact, someone told me last night, yeah, we went to dinner and one of my friends told me that yeah, it's people come to me and say, I don't like Trina. And they say, well, why not? Well, she got a smart mouth. And I asked her husband, who's been knowing me a long time, even before they met. I asked him, I said, now tell me something. When you saw me out like at the rooster, who did you ever see me sitting with? I always saw you by yourself. Exactly. So who did I get in this part? Who did I speak smart to unless they came bothering me? Because if most people see me, I'm by myself. If I'm smart with somebody, or that's anybody, if someone comes to me and say, I said something to so and so and they bit my head off, the first thing I think about, not this person has a bad attitude, not that they have a nasty attitude, not that they're mean, ugly, whatever. The first thing I think of, especially if they haven't acted like that before, oh my God, something must be wrong. That is like literally the first thing I think. Something must be wrong. Let me give them some space and then check back and see how it's going. Give people grace. Everybody deserves the opportunity to have a bad day, to have a blah day, to my co-host. And I'm sure he doesn't mind me. He's very transparent. So yesterday, mind you, I didn't know he had a bad day. I called him and he acted like nothing wrong. But anyway, come about how he was that was Monday. He was having a really bad day. And in my mind, he never has a bad day because he's my person that pours into me and keeps me motivated, keeps me going. And he actually had a day that was rough. And of course, you feel bad. I felt a little bit bad because I'm like, I wasn't able to pour into him because I didn't know. But you gotta give people grace to just have that time. Now you can't come back to me that crazy with me now. Keep on doing it because I'm gonna give you grace, but you're not gonna keep talking to me in kind of way. So in saying that, if someone tells you that someone has been mean to them, or ugly with them, or just hasn't been pleasant to them, your experience is not their experience. My experience is not your experience. So you can't expect me to just not deal with that person because my experience. Now I'm gonna tell let me fix that a little bit too. When it comes to my family is not to be nothing because I'm rolling with my family. You're not gonna hurt nobody in my family. You're not gonna hurt my sister. You're not gonna hurt my mama, my daddy. You're not gonna hurt my kids, especially. And I probably ain't gonna fight because I never had a fight in my life. So I probably ain't gonna fight you. But this mouth you gonna probably get, and then that'll be the last time you hear my mouth. Because I'm very, very loyal when it comes to my family. You're not going to hurt my family, and me and you, we not cool. Because me and my family, we come together now. What they do is they business, but this is Trina. This is how I feel. We're done. Um, I don't hate you. I don't just really dislike you. I just don't want to be around you. Because if you don't fool with this person in my family, you don't fool with me. That's just how I am. May not be right. God's still working on me. But right now, you mess with my family to where you hurt them. That's all she wrote. So that's family. But out here in these streets, um, I'm gonna listen to what people say, and I'll probably keep it in the back of my head to see if that happens with that person because my interactions with that person, it hasn't shown me that. So I'm not gonna sit there and be a bandwagon rider and agree. And I think that's more of what we need to start working on. When someone comes to you and tells you about somebody, one of my it was my preacher, the preacher that I like, Pastor Leroy Lacy Jr. He said one time when somebody come tell you something, ask them how much money is that gonna pay me by you telling me listening. It's gonna pay me anything, gonna make my check a little bit bigger, gonna put some more money in my pocket. Before you tell me, let me know how is this going to benefit me, right? Um, I just think that this conversation should be happening more, and people over 25, people over 30, people over 40 especially, we shouldn't be out here doing that, like saying unkind, mean, evil things towards someone that we don't know. And what's worse than you making statements to slander someone or making statements to hurt someone or that can hurt somebody, you as the receiver of the message, you should be ashamed, to be honest with you. You should be ashamed of yourself to be that old. And yeah, you should be ashamed to be that old and be believing what people say, believing in rumors. And if you don't know and you just believe it, and then not only do you hear it, you receive it, you take it in, then you spread it around to other people. You are way, 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 we way too old to be doing that. And I hear people all the time, talking about going to church and going to church 5 days a week or getting to heaven, and they taking their video while they at church and show us that they go to church and all that stuff. But yet and still, you out here raising all kind of hell, all kinds of hell. Like when you get up there, he ain't gonna say, "Well, what you been doing?" Just like we talk about that, the energy thing, returning energy. At the end of the day, when you go, if you go that way, if you go up that way, um, do you think he's when he asked you, well, why did you treat so and so like that? Oh, I was returning the energy they gave me. What do you think that's gonna happen? What you think? How they think that's gonna work out? Because he really don't care about them. He only care about you, how you handled it, how you responded to it is what he cares about. So he's going to ask you about you. He don't care that so and so don't talk to her, and so don't support their events, or so don't care. But what did you do? Did you still go when other people didn't go because that person didn't bother you? Did you I don't know, when someone they had a hard time in their family, did you reach out and call them? Did you reach out and say something when COVID was here? I always like to talk about COVID and remembering COVID because a lot of, I don't just say a lot of bands. I shouldn't say a lot, a few. I think live entertainment was just gone. It was just done for during COVID. Lots of musicians had to go to work, go back, full time musicians had to go back to work and do different things. And then they were asking people for work, like pretty much begging people to work. And then as soon as COVID is, it's not gone, but as soon as it slowed down, when we're back out of this thing and people start making money again, the same actions, even worse, came about, came about. But anyway, being in some of this, the entertainment business, being in some of these business or the podcasting business and all these little things that we do, those are hard things. They're hard because this is something that comes with it. Being talked about, people don't like you to say hated on, but that's what it is. It's hard because you're doing these jobs. Everybody's out here that's in this business, they're doing something to be helpful to people. They are. I know for me, with doing creating events, I love to create events that give people the opportunity to get out and dance and have a good time, because dancing, it is it's a great exercise, but also it's healthy. It's an exercise. It's wonderful. And then live music. Music really just makes you happy, and it's from the heart, and like it's definitely my happy place. So what I love about what I do when it comes to planning events, um, all the hustle and bustle of it all, of course. But then when the day of the show or the day of the event or when we're out on the cruise, and you have to sit back, right? Just sit back and look at what you've created, whether it's you solo or you with a team. Look at what you created. You created this amazing experience for people to have a good time and enjoy themselves and forget about all their problems. And that's what it does for me. And I'm sure it does that for any other event planners. Just loving to be in the hustle and bustle of creating these events. But then once it's all done and the hard work's done, you get to just sit back and watch and look at people having a wonderful time. Um, and that's it. It's not about the money, you know. It's because hell, child, nowadays, especially if you have a band, you ain't gonna make no money. I have definitely figured that out. You ain't gonna make a lot of money with when you're with these bands out here now. Let me see if I wrote any notes. And in these same businesses, someone my co-host and I talked before we got on, and he made a comment about not wanting someone else to get ahead, or not even. I've heard sometimes it's not that they don't want you to get ahead; they don't want you to be even. They don't want you to get to where they are, which is ridiculous, right? That is so ridiculous that you don't want people to be successful in what they love to do. So you try to hinder them. So you try to hinder them from doing what they do. And I'm talking businesses like I know several small business owners who are not in business anymore, and they didn't even have a brick and mortar. They just had things online, but people wouldn't support. And I know people say, "Well, what if I just didn't want what they wanted, what they had? Did you share it when they came on live or when they posted? Did you share it with anybody else that might? Did you share it at all? Because support doesn't just mean buying the product. Support means telling somebody, hey, I need somebody to make some tumblers for me. You know what? I saw on Facebook. Let me go back. My friend's sister or my friend or my brother they sell these things. You know? Oh, I need somebody to help me promote my business. Or I need somebody to help me promote my business and make flyers or whatever. Hey, I know somebody. I know somebody that knows somebody. So let me reach out. Did you do that? That is what support is. And it doesn't cost money. It just costs a little bit of time. Somebody come on and say, hey, you know what? I need 500 more subscribers to get to my goal. Do you go subscribe? Do you subscribe? When you see a show that might be a little interesting, do you say, well, let me go over here and just subscribe so I can see the shows that I want to see and I can go back and look at them later? That's all supporting a small business or a podcast or anything like that. Something like that. That's just support. It doesn't have to cost, but you pass it on. And if you're not doing that, you don't have to. But keep in mind when you may want to do something, you may want the support. It is hard out here. It is hard out here to try to build a business because so many people, and I'm talking in general, it's so hard out here because people are trying to do different things. And that was the one positive thing from COVID. There's so many people that had talents. They found their talent there. They started these business, but some of them couldn't sustain because people wouldn't support. And that goes back to the unkind, uh, not nice. Because how hard is it to just tell somebody? You ain't saying that you're gonna make somebody buy anything or listen to them, or go to their event. but you told somebody, you shared a flyer. Or not only that, kind of what I do like. It's a new venue called Ego that's in the Woodlands. I haven't been yet, and I try to always do, support people that are starting something new. There's a band that I love. They're gonna be at Ego, so I'm gonna go and do it all at once. I'm gonna be supporting the band. I'm gonna be supporting a new venue. That's what I, that's what, people say. Oh, you always there? Where? Well, first of all, I have no kids. My kids grown. I'm grown. And I always y'all for no money to go, but I do. I go because one, I love live music and I like to listen. But also when I'm there, I'm supporting the live band. I'm supporting the venue that the live band is playing at. You know, say, hey, friends, there's a new spot over here, and this is a band that I support. Why don't y'all come go with me? Why don't y'all meet me there? They don't all have to go, but you told a group of 10 people, maybe 5 will go, and you've gone and you've made it, you've done, you've supported. A band doesn't want to play to the wall. You know, a club needs people to come in to at least see the joint. That sounds so country. They need you to come in and at least see their spot so that you can tell. If you never want to come back, you can tell somebody else. Oh my God, Ego was so nice. It was huge, and this was the new Shades that's owned by the owners of Chicago Bar and Grill. Really nice space. Different than totally different from Chicago Bar and Grill. It's a nice atmosphere, but the thing is, the people, oh, I ain't been over there yet. I ain't been over there. I ain't been over there yet, but I'm looking for a nice place. I'll see somebody on Facebook and say, "Hey, I'm thinking, but I just told you about this. It's just go try it." That's how we support people, places, and things. But things in our community, we want people to succeed. And I'm probably just repeating myself, but I think that's that is the moral of my story tonight, of my Trina's truths. Is just I'm just tired of people just kind of just being mean to others, and we're taking me out of the equation, so we're not talking about me. But I just hate seeing that people, our kids see it too. Where I work at, the kids come to school because they've heard their parents or whatever talking about something that's going on. So they come there not knowing what they're talking about, but they come there with that attitude, talking about those things that they think that they've heard. Um, Media doesn't help it either. And we have to deal with that too. You gotta be careful. Your kids are watching you. Your kids are watching you and what you do. So be careful what I mean, even as teenagers, you want to guide them into learning how to make their own decisions. If you out here making decisions off of what you heard somebody else say, you didn't research it for yourself, that's what your kids are gonna do. They're gonna end up being grown, messy, and miserable as well. So let's uh, let's just try to do better. I wrote something here, and I can't read my own handwriting. Your ex is not. Oh, I was trying to write. It looks like I wrote your ex is not mine. I was doing shorthand. Your experience is not my experience. I say that all the time that, what they said to my family, I feel that way about your experience is not experience. It's not my experience. Sometimes, you come and tell me about what somebody did to you. Yes, I'm going to definitely keep it in the back of my head. So if it happens to me, I know, ooh, I see what you're talking about. But before that, I'm not going to judge by what you judge because my experience is not your experience. She just may not like you. So I can't do anything about it. But yes, I will listen to I will put it in the back of my head. But again, if it's not gonna benefit me, I really prefer you not tell me. Um and I think that's it for that. Let's just try, let's say Country Boy used to have a challenge about being nice to each other. Let's just see, can you go out and make an honest compliment, give a compliment to someone? Other, even a girl, a woman. I, me and I used to have to tell my oldest daughter, would you quit complimenting people? She would compliment people all the time. And so, would you quit that? That is annoying to people. But you do that. It's okay to tell somebody, oh my God, you look good. Oh, your hair looks good. Oh, I like that hat. I want to have that hat when you finish with it, is what I always say. When you finish with that, I want to wear that. But just doing those things. And bottom line to me is stop listening to what other people say about people until you've had the experience to meet that person yourself. Or if you have the experience with them that is not pleasant, give them a little grace, because again, every me, well, never mind. I keep saying I don't want to do just me, but give everybody the opportunity to earn your respect and to earn you liking them. Give everybody that. Um, when I heard last night that the person I was with, the girl that I was with, said, "Yeah, a few people told me they don't like you because you got a smart mouth," and I do, but not until you say something to me. If you don't bother me, I don't bother you, and that's probably so many things. Try asking, what they really do to you? Why you really mad at them? Why you really don't like them? What did they say? Okay, when they tell you what the person said, well, now what did you say before that? You're not accusing them. You're just asking. What did you have any parts of her going off on you? Did you do anything to rattle her or him? You know, try that sometimes before you just jump on these bandwagons and just be believing what people say. Of course, the person that you're saying did something. Of course, they're gonna say they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. And oh, the good one is, oh, I did that because she did this. So they take the blame. That's really narcissism. Or what is it? Gaslighting. When they have to put it on something else and make you forget about what they did, or make you think like, so I'm the reason why the person treat me like gaslighting. And, people talk about narcissism with men all the time, but women are can be narcissists as well, just as much. And I know a few of them. But yeah, they will gaslight you into think you and the people that surround you. They will gaslight everybody into thinking, making you think, wait a minute, but you did that to me. Why? Why am I? Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna end on that and give a couple of updates. Um, I just want to make sure that y'all just think about it. Just sit sometimes just by yourself and just reflect. And I do this because I'm definitely, I don't say I'm a victim, but I am someone that unfortunately, and I say this very seriously and transparently, unfortunately, hold on, choking on my popcorn, y'all. Mm. Unfortunately, and even last night when the person said that, yeah, few people told me they don't like you. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that don't. Um, I I know that I'm a good person. And that's what you have to remember if you are going through that. You have to remember who you are. Keep your little crown on your head, or your tiara, whatever you think whatever imaginary thing you have, and you know, pray about it, and pray for strength to get through it. Pray for understanding. Pray to God to give you strength to keep going, doing the things that you love to do. Um, know that you're a good person, and that's something. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know who you are, people can really take you down. And there was a time, place that I was there to where, and I still sometimes have to be like, dang, am I this horrible of a person where nobody likes me? Um, but now I know, you know what? Y'all are missing the whole experience by not liking me. Um, but yeah, just, when you feel that way, it's human. People will say real quick, I don't care who like me. Yes, you do. You may not admit it, and you may not care that much, but it does hit you here, especially if you're a good person and you really like people. I love people. I'm such a people. I love people, being around people. So it definitely, can break you, but you can't stay. And it's okay to feel that way for a while. But you can't stay there long. You gotta get on up and try to brush it off and keep it moving. And someone told, who was that told me? Oh, the husband told me that last night. He just shine more. He just shines more. If you don't like me because I'm doing all this, I'm gonna just keep on shining. He's like, I just keep shining. And he says he knows lots of people that don't like him, but he just shines. And so that's what we got to do. It can be hard, and it can definitely be depressing and sad and anxiety provoking. But you know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, that this is really serious when I say this. If you really don't know who you are and you really are going into this circle or cycle of depression or anxiety kind of thing because of that, because again, it's if you're a people person and you love people, you love being around people, it can it can screw it up. It can fuck with your brain. It can fuck with your head, and make you think horribly of yourself. And so counseling is the suggestion. Reach out to somebody, friends, true friends that can listen, But getting into counseling, finding you and investigating and researching you're a really good counselor, therapist is another good way of dealing with it and getting some strategies to learn how to deal with it because it is tough. And if you want to get in any kind of business, especially nightlife, entertainment, anything like that, any business, this is the hard and tough part that you have to deal with. You have to deal with people saying, well, because you said something, I don't want to work with you no more. And be expecting other people to come back and let you know, oh, they said they don't work with you no more. You have to be ready for deal with that. You have to deal with people say, oh, she or he don't talk to me. They passed me up and didn't speak. When the person may just not have saw you, or they could be in deep thought. So those are things that is the ugly side or the sad side of opening businesses, or again, in my opinion, nightlife and entertainment is the hardest. If you have a soft heart, it's the hardest because you're really, really nice, but you also have a time where you have to make those decisions that people don't like. And as soon as you make a decision that someone doesn't like or say no, then yeah, you're gonna be mud for a little while. And that's the part I have to learn to, we all have to learn to not get caught up in. Not get caught up in. Um, you just got to keep going. And when you know that you've made the right decision and you can sleep well at night, then you're okay. You made the right decision. Matter of fact, I'll be thinking, okay, I must make the right decision because they mad. So yeah, sometimes those decisions are just not easy. Even with my cruise, there have been twice that I've had to make adjustments because if you don't sell enough cabins, contrary to what people think, you have to sell enough cabins in order to pay to cover the cost of the band members' cabins. You also sell enough cabins to have the money to pay for these bands, right? So sometimes by the end of, well, I don't know, you get to about 6, 7 months, you may have to tell someone, hey, I'm not going to be able to take you because you have to choose one. You have to choose people to say, okay, which one can I let go and it doesn't hurt the people who are going. My last cruise, I did have to let someone who means a lot to me. He was a good friend. We were really good friends. I actually gave him an award. Um, he doesn't speak to me anymore because I had to remove him from the cruise because of low cabin sales. It's hard and it's like you dread having to do it because you know the outcome is going to be, but it's something that you have to. That it just goes with the territory. Cruise before that, same thing. I had to let one of the bands go, and matter of fact, the sound guy of that band, I'll never forget. I was at Sugar's at a show, and it was dark. I was walking in my car, and this guy, the sound guy, walked out there and cursed me out so bad, like literally cursed me out, and because I had to cut that band from the ship from the cruise. So it looks all shiny and glimmery, but there are times that it's tough, and you have to acquire some tough skin and deal with it and know that you're making the right decisions for the people that you're moving. Let me see how to say that. You have to have tough skin because the decisions that you make affect the people that are still rolling. And I'm talking about a cruise. I have to make the best decision for the people that are on the cruise, and that's who I care about. I care about my clients, and so I have to make sure that they're okay. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna move on. But again, I just want y'all to understand that it's tough. And for those of you that are going through that, again, counseling is cool. That counseling and therapy is wonderful. But also if you get you some good friends that are in, the same business sometimes, you get like I work for the department I work for at work. They oh, I didn't see this. I didn't, it's not giving hell we are. Oh, let's see what. What does it say? I can't even see it anymore. It's hard to give respect when it's not given. Hell, we all grown. It is what it is. Um. So yeah, but we just gotta help each other. Yeah, and I guess I get that. I'm trying to think about that, reflect on that before I respond to it. But a lot of us give respect to people, and they still treat people like shit, and it's hard to give respect when right. Well, okay, there you go. I see what you're saying now. It's hard. It is hard it is hard. It's very hard, but um, that's why now for me it's easy to let go. I have learned over the last 3, maybe 4 years that it has helped me to create certain boundaries and also to let go of people. I talk all the time about praying for discernment. I didn't used to have that. Everybody was welcome into my life, welcome into my circle, and I had to start. I was in a book club, and it's called. I'll tell y'all what it's called. It's sitting right here. It's called discerning the voice of God, how to recognize when God speaks. Contrary to what people be thinking about me, I be reading, so I know stuff. I read. One of my favorite things is research. The school I went through that I got my undergrad and my bachelor's at, it was a school they did assessment by you writing papers, like 10-page papers, 10 to 14-page papers. So because I'm not a test taker, I don't want to memorize stuff. It was so nice to read about things and then go research it. And you have to turn in your sources and all that stuff. So it was really, I loved it because of that. I'm definitely a researcher. It's aggravating sometimes when you're telling people stuff that you know and they still be arguing with you and you be like, but I read it in the book. I read it, I researched it, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm one of those that I end up saying, okay. But anyway, the discernment is something I have. My children used to tell me all the time, "Mama, you just don't have discernment." And so when this book club lesson came through, it was a great lesson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back through this book and look at it again. But um, being able to tell who's not for you and being okay with walking away, I am okay with that now. Like I'm okay from separating myself from people, saying, "Hey, I wish I could be like that in some personal relationship, romantic relationship, but." Oh, but as far as people, if they have nothing good for me, it still hurts. I'm not gonna just lie. It still bothers me. But at the end of the day, it's like discernment. I see you're not good for me. I see that you don't have any good. You're not trying to move in the same way I'm trying to move to. I drop those people. If you ain't trying to move to do something better, and you trying to just stay right here, I can't stay there with you. I stay and help you a little bit, but if we gonna stay right here, I'm gonna let you go. We cool. Hey, what's up? How you doing? But that's all I got because we both can't be here. I'm trying to move a different direction. So I've definitely I think I've mastered to where I know, you know what? You ask for discernment, you got it. Now you see people as they are. You see who has your best interest at heart, and you have their best interest at heart. It's not no more one way friendships, no more one way relationships or anything like that. It's just it is what it is because I used to be, and I'm still a people pleaser to a certain extent, but I was a definite people pleaser. And then I was a people pleaser because I thought I've got to be nice to these people. That's crazy when they say I'll be mean to them. But anyway, it was always that um I thought I had to be nice to people that were mean. Even if they were mean to me, I still thought I had to be nice because I needed them to come to my events. I need to be nice to people so they can come to my events, right? I need to be nice to people because I need them to come to my events to make my events successful. Instead of realizing that I'm the queen that I am, I give good events and people are gonna come. But anyway, until I realized that Even if you even if you say yes, the day that you have to say no, the day that you have to disagree, they're going to pretty much kick you to the absolute curb, right? Um, let me get this right quick. I don't think she knows I'm on my show. I'm on my podcast. Nope, I don't have his link. You have to just text him. Okay. Sorry about that. That's what happens when we live. Um, but my it could have been an emergency. I had the phone. My sister had called me like 3 times, so I thought something was wrong. Um, you learn and you feel foolish too after it's all said and done, and you did this and you were just super super nice, and you always just agree. It's okay. We'll do what you want. We'll do, and then you realize, they ain't coming anyway. So that I love it. Y'all ain't coming anyway, or y'all not gonna do it anyway. You're not gonna do. Lady told me, a lady I used to work for before, I was telling, we had a conversation about something. She was really, really mean. But we would have this conversation, and she said, because I was telling her my in-laws didn't like me because I was very young. And she said, but you know what's good about people not liking you? Cool thing is, and mind you, she was cool, but this did make sense to me. Well, it made sense to me as I got older. The cool thing about people not liking you is that you can say whatever you want to say. Whatever you feel like saying to them, you can say it because they don't like you anyway. And I feel like that now. I feel like, child, whatever. You ain't coming anyway. You're not gonna support it anyway. You're not gonna. Sometimes I feel like that. But anyway, Ken, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very, very hard. But those are some of those people that if it's that hard, you don't need it in your life. Nothing should be that. A relationship, a friendship, a partnership, it shouldn't be that hard. You shouldn't have to work for that. I know people say you have to work in work in a marriage, but if you have to work hard, really hard to keep it together, in my opinion, it's just me, Trina, the little diva, telling Trina's truths. It's time. Sometimes it might be time to walk away and separate for a while. And as I said, I am okay now. Even the person that I really, again, we were really good friends, and I had to, he couldn't go on the cruise. That just tells me that's what he thought about me. And one, it tells me he's not a businessman like he says he is. Because if you're a businessman, you understand business. You would understand what happened here. It wouldn't have anything to do with our friendship. And I've shown you nothing but, you've shown this person nothing but love. And you have to make a business decision, a financial business decision. And not only do they talk about you and don't talk to you anymore, they go and spread the little flowers all over the place, which again, I blame the people that are picking up the flowers and running with it. But anyway, we're going to end that. Y'all be kind to people, be nice. Try to be nice to somebody this week. Try to tell somebody they look cute today. Tell them what they have on is cute. Tell them, you know what? It is just a great day, and I think you are a fabulous person. Try to do that this week to somebody. It will make you feel good that you brightened up somebody's day. So let me just tell y'all real quick. So this Saturday, the Acres Homes Chamber for Business and Economic Development Incorporated, long ass title, the Acres Homes Chamber. It is they are having their farmers market this weekend. So if you have a garden or something and you want to come sell your produce, they're looking for more fruits and stuff. I mean, you can bring your greens and all that. You can come bring them, sell them, or you can come there and buy and purchase greens and citrus. A lot of people sell healthy snacks, drinks, things like that. Several different vendors. It is free to come in and make your purchase and look around, come and support some of the vendors. So that is from 10 to 2. And a really good friend of mine, he actually works for me he's my good friend. I'm not that he's my good friend now. He started working for me and we used to battle, but we found we have some commonalities with each other. And so now we're really, really cool. But anyway, he's going to come and speak for me. His name is Rafash Brew. And he is oh my gosh, let me tell you what he is. He is I don't remember the name of what it is, but he worked for LSU for a long time. He has his master's in plant biology. So he's a horticulturalist. I can't say that word. Anyway, he does plants. He does planting. He grows. He's a gardener. He used to take care of the greenhouses at LSU. Has so much history. He's just not. I would go in the classes sometime to hear him talking about this stuff. Like, I didn't know that you plant to where the sun, where the sun goes. Like, it's a lot of science to this stuff, right? Plant science, of course. But come out. He's going to speak for about 15 to 20 minutes on Saturday at 11 o'clock about food deserts. Most of y'all know about food. A lot of us live in food deserts. So that is the benefit of growing a garden is because of us living in these food deserts. So keep that in mind. So Saturday, I can't give you the address because I don't know it, but it's the Acres Homes Chamber for Business and Economic Development Inc. And it is on, I think it's 6112 Wheatley. Don't quote me. Go look it up. Google is your Bible for this kind of stuff. Then on which one I want to say next, the real Paint and Sip. So I'm not hosting it. There's my sister who has her business is called the Creative Moods by Tanisha. So she has a lot of different things, but something that she really is pushing is her paint parties. So you can do canvases or you can do doormats. She does doormats, but she brings these parties to you. She brings all the materials, everything to you, and it is 30 for the canvases. They're $35 a person. For the doormats, because they're a little bit it's more expensive, it's $40 per person. If you want to have a party, it's only you have to try to have at least 10 people, and then you're free. But anyway, we're having one at not Chicago, Shades Bar and Grill, which is located at 2025 Cypress Creek Parkway. And it's going to be from 4 to 7 on the last Sunday of this month, which is April the 28th. And they have crawfish every Sunday. Now the ticket to the paint and sip is $55. And it's $55 because it covers your materials and everything that she's gonna bring and your canvas. You can take your canvas home after you paint your masterpiece, but also it covers your entree that day at Shades and a drink, which can be a small little daiquiri, but you gotta buy all them big heavy licorice drinks and with the liquor in it. You gotta pay for that yourself. But it's gonna be fun. We plan it for women, but if you want women, if you have your little boo that you want to bring with you, you can. But it is a club, so no children allowed. You have to be 21 or over to come in and do the paint and sip. But you can reach out to me, inbox me. You can inbox Creative Mood by Tanisha and get the information on how to join, how to register. The cruise. So again, I talked about cruises. And I told somebody that I love doing my cruises, but I'm gonna tell you, just like today, I told her that how's it work? And let me just say this, y'all. When you go to HEB does not do the tap, and they do not do Apple Pay. If that's all you have, you know what they're gonna say? Sorry, go away. Don't be arguing with people about what they use to accept the payment. This is what I use. There's a charge, and that just is what it is. There's really no credit card company that Eventbrite. When you do events through Eventbrite, it tells you that they charge too. And you either pick up the charge or you give it to your customers. I'm not paying for y'all to pay me to go do something that you want to do. Don't argue with people how they pay. Don't do people business like that. If you don't, you have a choice. If you want to go, you want to participate, then you do that. If you don't want to pay the way the person has to pay, go back and put your groceries back at HEB or leave your groceries at the register because HEB does not take Apple Pay and they do not take tap. With this cruise, I do at this time, I'm working on something else, but at this time, I use PayPal because it is the most secure way to pay at this time. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You use my link, which is PayPal. And there's a 3.49% plus 49 cents attached to every time you make a payment. Okay. So anyway, so it's called the Grown and Sexy Party on the Sea 24. We are selling from Galveston to Cozumel, Mexico. And people say, why do you always do that trip? Because it makes it affordable for people to be able to go. Not only just affordable, it also allows people to go because if you go on a 7-day cruise, that means people have to take off for 7 days from their job. Or if people have children, it is hard. You see this woman went to a whole cruise and left her children, her 6 and 8 year old at the house. We don't want nobody doing that, so we're gonna make the trip short because people can't find babysitters. So this is gonna help us be able to have babysitters. The prices start with the interior cabin, which is the cabin inside with no windows. $680 per person. Okay. The ocean view is $780 per person, and the balcony is $880 per person. The full deposit is only $250 per person. The full balance is not due until July the 31st. Okay. Um, Prices are based on 2 people per cabin. So if you decide you want a cabin by yourself, it is not just $680. It's $680 plus you have to pay for both sides of the cabin, because these prices again based on 2 people to that cabin. We are selling out on Thursday, November the 14th. We are returning on Monday morning, November the 18th. They have a really cool way of getting off the ship now that's very, very fast. So that's cool. We are taking the Hard to Find band. We are taking the Clockwork band featuring Miss um, Paula Adams. So we're excited about that. The Clockwork band and Hard to Find, both of them are good, have good music, old school music. They got a little new school, like they jam. And if you want to see Clockwork, they're going to be at Eagle on this Saturday night. And every Sunday night, the Hard to Find band plays at Chicago Bar and Grill. So if you want to check them out, if you haven't heard them before, come out and check them out. We also have Lil Daryl the comedian. We took him in March and he was so freaking funny and he had such a good time. He's going back with us in November. The legendary Chili Bill Smith will be on the cruise DJing for our 70s party. And Eric Cortez, y'all. Eric Cortez is a young up and coming star. His brother is the Grammy nominated oh my gosh, I can't even call his name. Zacardi Cortez. And his sister Nisha can sing. The whole family can sing. They're very talented. Then we have Fancy Dancer, who is teaching line dancing. And then the Louisiana Country Boy, my co-host, he's gonna come on and for Sunday he's gonna kind of be a little MC, do a little MCing, but also he's gonna come on Sunday and give us some motivation for heading back home on Monday. People will say, well, Carnival has it cheaper. They do, because they're not taking a band. This is a private event. It's not a private ship thing. It's a private event. So we have to pay for the band. So that's why a little extra fee is put in there. It is different from Carnival. If you go and book through Carnival, you will not be getting your wristbands to go into the private events, meaning the line dance and the line dance and the comedy show, the live concerts. You will not be allowed to go to those things without your wristband, and you don't get a wristband until I see your name on my list that I print out from Carnival. And I don't have to explain this, but I like to tell people this. The extra funds that we add is strictly for the band to get paid. My fee, my pay don't come to 2 weeks, well, almost a month, because it's been a month. I still ain't got all my money from Carnival for the cruise I took in March. So it takes a minute to get your money. So don't think this is for me. So if you're not paying because you think I'm getting it, I'm not. I promise you. This strictly goes with the band and other marketing activities that we have to do. So yeah, book your cabin. You can reach out to me. My mom is Joanne. I am So You Want to Dance. The event producer. My mom is Dreamtime Travel, so she is the travel agent. So you can reach out to us. Let me see what else we got. We got line dancing with Fancy. The itinerary is always subject to change. Like I mentioned earlier, if something happens and we don't sell enough cabins, someone may have to be cut. That is just a part of how it works. But we are praying that we can get enough cabins sold where everybody can go. We can just get on and have a blast. We're going to have a 70s party, the best dress contest, line dances. We're going to have a big old cocktail party to where you get your cocktails and hors d'oeuvres for free. We're going to add a paint and sip party, but that'll be an outside charge. Sunday motivation, and we're going to have a good time. I haven't been on one cruise yet that I didn't have a blast. So we're going to have a good time. So y'all, if you're celebrating a birthday, celebrating an anniversary, hell, if you want to get married, come on this cruise with us and we'll make it all happen. We will go to Cozumel for that day. I don't usually plan anything. I don't plan anything during the day because I want to have a good time in Cozumel. I want you to be with your family, friends, or whoever you came with. Y'all go have a good time, and we'll have a concert when we come back that night. What else? There is a convenience fee when you pay online. That's just how it works. This is not a Carnival Cruise Line event. So when you call Carnival to say, hey, I need to talk to you about the party on the sea, they're not going to know nothing what you're talking about. Okay? They're going to say, if you're going through a travel agent, you need to talk to your travel agent. They're going to send you back to me. Do not book outside of Carnival or you will not be allowed in the shows. Okay? No event tickets will be sold on the ship. And I believe that's all about that. Make sure. So it is the Growing and Sexy Party on the Sea 24 coming to you. Lastly, but not least, every Monday night I am on me and my co-host, the Louisiana Country Boy, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Live at 8 o'clock. So join us at 8 o'clock, and we talk. We have some really good conversation. The other day, we ended up talking about human sex trafficking, which was a very interesting topic that we do need to talk about more because there's just a lot going on. And talking about it brings awareness to people who may not know what it's about. They might not know the signs to look for, that kind of thing. So let's join us on Monday nights. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, good. We usually have the phone lines open. You can call us. You can just chat with us, all of that. Every Wednesday, I'm on here with a guest, usually to chat with every Wednesday night at 7. My show starts at 7 on Wednesday. So 8 on Monday, 7 on Wednesday. And next week, I am talking to my girl, my friend, public relations specialist, Miss Sheba, with her company. It's called Creative AF, like creative as fuck. That is what it's called. But she's amazing. She's going to tell us what the benefits of having a public relations person is, what she does. She's a new entrepreneur. She's not a new entrepreneur, but she's a new full-time entrepreneur, meaning she was part-time, but she decided to step out on faith, and she's doing this thing big by herself full-time, and she's doing an amazing job. So she'll be on with us next Wednesday night. Come and hear about Sheba. You might need her for your business or someone else's business. All right. So you'll be able to listen to her and what she does and pass the word. We talked about that earlier. Pass it on. If you can't use it, pass on the information to someone that you think can use it. I'm fixing to be out. Y'all make sure if you can go back to live and look under my worthless 2 cents. And Mr. The Louisiana Country Boy is on there talking to 2 breast cancer survivors who have come together to collaborate on a huge project. All right, y'all. Thank you. This has been great. And I will tell y'all next week the name of my podcast. I don't know what it is, and it's in my phone. I gotta find it. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for making the choice to click in. Make sure you go to youtube.com/chat with Trina and then subscribe and then hit the little bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Bye. Good night.